All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes. Action determining closed session for student reinstatement. Student petition for reinstatement 56-22-23. Student did not show up, so it is denied. Motion?
Second.
Motion by Vincelette, seconded by Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
Claim for damages to a windshield. To approve. I need a motion. That was right. I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes, motion passes. Claim for injury, 10/20 or 10/4/2024 to deny. Motion by Vincelette, seconded by Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Okay. The recording of this meeting is being made and shall be kept for 30 days as public record. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. Adam, would you lead us, please?
Sure. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
All
I
right,
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dave. Here's the tallest I can see it. Roll call. I am here. Robert Vincelette is here. Sunny Hepburn is here. Adrian Rendon is here. Justin Wright is here. And Adrian, our student board member, is here. Motion to approve the agenda with correction.
I'll move with corrections.
A second.
Was that Rendon?
Yes.
I mean, was it Rendon?
With corrections.
With the corrections. Student board member.
Are you?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Five ayes. Varsity basketball team, Justin, on you.
It's on me. You want them to come up here?
Yes.
Come on up, kids.
I gotta
And
say,
Coach Amanda. So that camera's on, so be careful. I wouldn't stand in front of that.
Is this okay right here? Is this okay right here? Oh, over there? Okay, over there.
So the camera can see them all.
Oh, so you want us to face that way? Okay. Well, thanks for coming and thanks for having us. This is your varsity girls basketball team. They worked so hard this year. They won the CIF, well, they won their league. They won their CIF Central Section title. They won the Southern California State title, and we got all the way to state, and unfortunately, that's when our season ended. But they had a great, awesome season, one to remember. I brought some of their awards. You guys probably saw them. So I'll pass these down so you guys can all see. Here, take one and pass it. Just pass it there.
Don't drop it ever. No promises.
I just grabbed a newspaper article. So this is the section one from the Valley Press. Here, let me take that down. This one here, guys, this is our Southern California Regional State title. We won this in Riverside. We got this. Pass that down. And then this is our regional title. We won this in Fresno at Sound Arena. We actually played one of our league rivals, Bishop. We were fortunate enough.
All the way to seven.
Yeah,
Fresno is here, Bishop.
But it was in a huge arena. was awesome. This is the one we won back to back. So you guys probably remember we were here last year. So we won this one 2 years in a row. Here, pass it down. Yeah, this is just. I guess this is just what hard work does. I mean, this team is. They're all friends and they all want to be in basketball during basketball season. They want to be in basketball in the off season. And we are in a school where it allows us to kind of like play year round in our gym. And so we do that. Most of these girls do it when they're not in another sport. And I mean, this is the fruits of their labor. So I just really appreciate all their hard work, and Coach Amanda here, she appreciate her hard work and pushing these girls and making them be the best that they can be. And last but not least, I got to thank the parents for allowing them to do that. I know it's not easy always getting them to and from practice, but because they're there so much, you know, obviously they can be the best they can be, and we can bring home cool plaques and, you know, championships, things like that. Something they're going to remember forever. And you'll remember every time you go in the gym, you'll see their name on the wall. Any questions for the ladies?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Most of us are coming back.
Coming back next year.
Everybody but one.
Oh, sorry.
There's the one not coming back? Yeah, okay.
Kylie, she's our only senior. We're gonna really miss her. But I don't know.
That's on camera.
They all, you know, after 4 years, they all gotta leave, so it sucks, but.
Yeah. In college, just started off.
Yep. Yeah, a couple, yeah. Like Oxnard, College of the Canyon, Feather River, and then I have one at Jessup University. So just a couple, yeah.
There's a few others, but they're just so far.
But
Yeah.
like one of mine got invited to Kansas State. Like, I'm not going over there.
There might have been a Kansas one in there. There's quite a few on in the email there, but she's kind of wants to stay in SoCal, I think, so Central and below, somewhere in there. So.
Well, we're really proud of you.
Yeah.
Great job.
Hopefully.
We expect
Expected. That's a lot of pressure.
on you.
The girls can handle it.
Yeah.
Oh, can I thank the managers too? This is Michael, and then Miguel is. So Miguel took photos while your Michael was at every practice and did our scorebook. And you know, good managers, you know, really help out. Get the equipment, they pump up the girls like they're cheering in practice. You know, it's really cool. He's not shy. He doesn't stop talking. No, he's shy. So, but yeah, having good managers has been awesome this year. Miguel took some great photos of these kids, and their parents will have forever. So we put them on the Google Drive, and the parents download them. But I really appreciate you guys. A couple of the other ones aren't here, but right. No, the managers. Okay. But anyway, want to thank you guys too. You guys are awesome. So.
Where are they going to be displayed? Are they going to be in the office?
So they'll probably be in the office for a little bit. There is a trophy case as you're walking into the gym, and we got one of the door. We have that full row. They'll be in there. There's a basketball. There's a net. I think last year's hat's in there. Last year's flag. Last year's basketball. We'll put this year's in there again. So that's where it'll be. So you'll be able to see it 10 years from now, however long you want to walk in and see it, it'll be there. All right. Thanks, guys.
No, did you ever look? Hey, look. No, that's why. Bye, y'all.
We did even better this year.
This is last year's.
So you're gonna have 2 rings.
Yeah, and then we want to get a small one for the state.
Pinky ring?
We need the next one.
There you go.
That is a big ring.
Just keep up the good work. You're doing
Thank you so
real well.
Good job, good job.
The parents and the kids make it easy.
Congratulations.
You're leaving too? Come on, where you going?
I got it. My wife's like, I need you to hurry because you gotta come get these kids.
You're already putting all those nights at the game.
Bye.
Let's get the next one. I'll catch you on YouTube.
There you go.
All right, bye.
Classified employee of the year, Leanne?
Well, congratulations to all our basketball girls. We're going to continue with our festivities, and we are going to be honoring our classified of the year. Each school site got to choose one person. So congratulations to all of you. Y'all did a great job. From Roseman High. All right, from Roseman High Early College Campus, we have Mrs. Barrios.
Congratulations.
From West Park Elementary School, we have Martha Bonilla.
Thanks for your help.
From Tropical Middle School, we have Amelia Ayers. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it. Thank you. From transportation, I don't see her here this evening, but we have Mrs. Ashley Vargas. Make sure that she gets that tomorrow. And then our Southern Current Unified School District Classified Employee of the Year, also from Roseman Elementary School, sends her apologies for not being able to be here this evening, but she had a death in her family, so she was not able to make it, but she wanted to let everybody know how honored she is to receive this award, and that is Mrs. Tanya Long. All right. That's it.
RTA report.
So the past few weeks have been productive. RTAs, we had meetings with Superintendent Gaines, Assistant Superintendent Taylor. Both very informative and helpful. I think for all of us just to get better understanding with, especially a nice meeting with Taylor yesterday, but going forward for next year too. With a lot of our special education programs. So, we look forward to negotiations. I thought it was sooner, but it's not for 3 weeks, but that's all right. I feel like we've been waiting for 3 years or so. It's been a while. That's something that the RTA, I received quite a few emails today that they wanted to bring to the attention. And it's not a knock on, I don't think anybody in this room, but they want to voice concern over the break-ins that are happening on the RHECC campus. The break-ins are taking a toll on instruction, more importantly, taking resources away from our students. A concern that's been pushed, especially today by the members, is that fact that we're paying for a service to monitor the campus of RHECC, yet it's clearly not being monitored. So for consideration, is this service really needed if we're essentially paying someone to watch our campus and resources be taken from our students and staff, as our staff now can teach for 2 different classes that are happening. So again, not a knock on anybody here, just this a little tolling. And I mean, taking a toll on the students. I can tell you just from firsthand knowledge, I was that's the first period today. You know, they're not taking it lightly. It's disappointing that they can't go in and do stuff. Yet we're paying somebody. If this was one of our employees, there'd be a lot more, I think, procedures and stuff. So I don't know what the protocol is because they're outside of our, the contractors, but that's what I kept getting from a lot of members was, well, if this was one of us and something happened in our classroom, or I was talking with SKUSD as well, like there'd be some kind of repercussion for it. This is, it's really important for our community now. That's all.
Thank you. CSEA.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Always do love to see people in the room. It's always great. Congratulations to our girls basketball, the coaches, and everybody involved with that. Really great. Love to see SKUSD succeed and show, because I know we're great, but it's good to get the word out there, across the state, let everybody else know we're great. And congratulations to our classified employees of the year. Really good choices. I've worked with, I think, everybody that was selected at some point. Wonderful people, really hard workers. So thank you for the administrators and really thinking about, these people. Thank you to HR for giving us a chance to, be recognized. I have had some people say, well, look up maintenance and grounds and some district employees, we have district office employees that are also classified. So maybe we could look at that next year too. But it's always a pleasure, and we really like these recognitions. So thank you to HR. We've got a new steward on our classified side. So congratulations to Ethan Ward for being our steward. Ethan's been wonderful. He's part of our negotiation team for years now. He really steps up in our union on a bunch of different committees, like the calendar committee and things. So having him as a steward is really awesome. Looking forward to working with him in that capacity as well. So we've had our first negotiation meeting with the district. Got us lunch, so we got lunch for you next time, Barbara. Looking forward to that. I believe it's April 10th, next time we'll meet. So yeah, looking forward to getting, some more things figured out and getting a good, good contract that works for both sides. And yeah, to kind of touch on the land security thing, maybe we could talk about that a little more in depth later. Because I know we've got an MOU that's already in place. I think this is the 4th break-in in about a month or so. So we could maybe discuss that a little bit more. I do know that land security contract we have the ability to cancel that contract at any time. Yeah, so we'll talk about that at some other time. But yeah, thank you all again for being here.
Student board member.
So I just want to congratulate the basketball team, the coach basketball team for their hard work. Just seeing them throughout the season, just work hard and defy all expectations that some people may have had. Because I know that they were talking about competing and people were like, nah. But when they kept fighting and more possible, I was just wonderful to see. Congratulations to them for going even farther than last year and making it all the way to the second place stage. And also congratulations to the teachers who won the award. And I really appreciate just the work the teachers put in to make sure that the education is brought to the students. And now I'm going to go in with my board reports for the school sites. We're starting in West Park. What's hot in West Park right now is that they hit a milestone of over 18 million words read this year for students. So that's a huge milestone for West Park.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we did a March challenge, and so 18 million words just in the month of March at our school. So it was really, really cool to see all the students reading and excited about it. Sorry to jump in there.
Then also the PE team at West Park will be hosting an egg hunt for all students next week, so that's also fun. And then, as you guys will soon know as well, RHS or RHBCC is also holding that too next week with ASB. And then last but certainly not least is West Park has decided to announce that they have been named the 2025 California Distinguished School, noting that, and this honor reflects the staff, teachers, and just everybody as a whole in the community for hard work to be able to get this amazing achievement. So I want to say congratulations to West Park staff and just everybody at West Park for this amazing achievement. And then now regarding Rosemont Elementary, they would like to just state that they have third quarter awards coming up soon and that they have an Easter egg hunt on the 11th of this month. All right. And also for Tropical is, if you want to note that track practice has been going good and that the coronation ceremony for the Tropical 8th graders will be held on June 6th of this year with two separate ceremonies to accommodate the large mass of students and family members that will be attending. Then they'll also like to announce that they are excited to welcome and introduce the 5th graders coming to Tropical next week. And then now for Rosemont High, I just would like to state that in the same regard to West Park has also been a good achievement in AVID. AVID has been designated a school, right? A school-wide recognition for AVID. And then this basically means that the state just recognized AVID for its commitment to implementing AVID strategies across all levels and just for college readiness. So I want to just congratulate Ms. Vasquez. She's the AVID director for that choose. And also just want to note that in RHS is also an achievement trip coming up. The confirmed date is May 10th, and it will be to the LA Zoo, and the qualifications for this achievement trip are 2.5 GPA and above, a 95% attendance rate, and 0 referrals. Furthermore, for RHS or RHBCC, prom is coming up April 12th. The theme will be based off the great book and movie, The Great Gatsby. I'm not sure you guys have read it before or seen the movie. I mean, with Leonardo DiCaprio. So that will be the prom theme. Sadly, I will not be going because I'm gonna be on a vacation to someplace in near the Bahamas.
What's near the Bahamas is Florida, so what's your?
It's I don't know exactly, but it's I think some islands near the outskirts of the Bahamas in Honduras. Yeah, and it's called Roatan, the place.
Oh, Roatan?
Yeah.
Roatan?
Yeah.
It's right outside of Honduras.
Yeah.
It's just an island.
Yeah.
Fun, and rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then after that, as you guys might not know, after the prom weekend, which is April 12th, will be the spring break for our students. So that whole week is spring break just to enjoy the spring. And then also next week, ASD will be throwing a spirit week. All right, kid. Monday will be emo day, dress all black. Tuesday is going to be dress as your favorite teacher. Last year I dressed as Mr. Hansen. Shout out to him. And then also for the activity, is just decorate. We're going to decorate plastic eggs for lunch ticket for that day. And then also Wednesday will be athletes versus athletes. Just choose a side. Thursday is going to be Throwback Thursday. We're going to do an egg cut also for that day. And then Friday is going to be pastel day, these pastel colors. And also going to be Soca Senior. And yeah, so just a fundraiser for our senior class. Yes. And just two more things just regarding testing. From April 28th to May 15th will be state testing. And then for 10th graders will be science. For 11th graders will be English and math. And then AP exams will be held from May 7th to May 21st. So that's all from me.
Thank you. CBO report. Mr.
So, been a busy couple of weeks. Last week, Superintendent James and I had a Zoom call with S&P about our bond rating prior to going out to market to see if we can improve the rating slightly to, maximize our return and have lower interest rates. Because, yay for that. Haven't gotten word back on how the call went yet. After we talked to the folks from S&P, then they meet in committee and make their determination in a group. So hopefully before the end of this week, we'll have the final result of that call. Last Thursday, a representative from CBE was out to take the first step of looking at the property of the district purchased off of the Boulevard and 47th to do the assessment of whether or not, a potential school can be put there or not. So far, we, cleared the small first hurdle if they didn't immediately say it and say no. So we've got that going for us. Next it'll be the more, time-intensive, heavy-duty reporting with CEQA and Department of Toxic Substances and all of that to make sure that, there's not, toxins in the ground and any of that stuff that, apparently you can't put a school on. So, learn something new. But so, we've started to get that process going. Construction has continued at the high school and the cafeteria. Work has started at TMS for the landscape and drainage project. The phase one for that will be getting connection to the storm drain ready to go. So that should be done within the next 2 weeks. And then phase two will begin once school is over. And then modernization on the east side of Arias still continues. Congratulations to the basketball team, making through CIF, regionals all the way up to state. Not the outcome any of us were hoping for, but still quite the achievement. And congrats to West Park on being a distinguished school, and congrats to the high school for being an avid designated school. That's it.
Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. Mendez. Dr.
Hey, good evening, everyone that joins us here in person as well as online. With some updates. Congratulations to the girls basketball for collaboration and making it to state championship game. So congratulations to them, as well as our classified team members for the recognitions, and our schools that have also received AVID certifications, and also West Park Elementary School for California Distinguished School recognition there. at Kern County Superintendent Schools at the Instructional Leadership Network meeting that occurred today. West Park Elementary School was highlighted there at the meeting. So congratulations once again for the accomplishment to the whole team, everyone's efforts, everyone's collective efforts there. There's going to be further recognition in another month, in, I believe in May, but it was more just to, at the beginning of the meeting, they highlighted West Park Elementary School there. And then, and thank you to Ms. Gaines and the board for their support and the ongoing professional development. I think for all our school sites, that's definitely helping us in terms of impacting student learning. In terms of the PLCs to Avid, thinking maps, all the different offerings, things that are items that are embedded in our OutCap as well as in our success. So thank you for your support with the ongoing professional development. Okay, tomorrow we're going to have the Oral Language Festival, the regional event that's going to be taking place at the Veterans Memorial Building in Mojave, starting at 8:30 a.m. It's going to go through about 11 a.m. Typically, it's about 8:30 to 11. We're going to be competing against other school districts in the area, and from there, the students that win at the regional, they move on to finals, and that's going to be at the county, Kern County. Specifically, it's going to take place at Stone Creek Junior High, and I believe it's April 26th, so it's going to be on a Saturday for finals. So we look forward to the event tomorrow at the Veterans Memorial Building in Mojave. It's going to be starting at 8:30. So the winners from our local event that we had at West Park, it was a combined event, right, for Roseman Elementary, West Park, and Tropical. The winners from there move on to the regional, which appears tomorrow. Then we continue with work in regards to PLCs. The school sites continue with professional learning communities, working with the coaches. We're focused on preparing for summer school and also expanded learning opportunities program. So we sent out communication to the families, and we're trying to get working on getting numbers, coordinating that with school sites as well. So expanded learning opportunities. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent, Special Education and Pupil Personnel. Ms. Taylor.
Hello, everybody. So I do want to congratulate the girls basketball team for a job well done, a hard work season. And after watching a few of their games, one thing I want to comment about is that they truly play as a team, and that's so nice to watch. It's not just one or two that are the star. It's like they really work together as a team, and it's a beautiful thing. Congratulations to all the classified employees of the year. I've worked directly with some of them, and they, as Gary put it, are all wonderful and very well deserving. So thank you to you for your hard work. Congratulations, West Park, for your honor. That took a lot of work to get to that point, to be a distinguished school. So congratulations, everybody there. Mr. Shevlin, thank you. I also felt that the open communication in our meeting was very productive, so I appreciated that. And now getting to why I'm here. So on Monday night, I got to go to a Antelope Valley School Board dinner meeting, and at that meeting you get raffle tickets, and then you get to pick prizes. Well, I picked the bag with the rubber ticket, and what that means is for the next 2 months, I do get the privilege of collecting money for student scholarships. So everybody that would love to help some students go to college who may not be able to afford it, please come and see me so that we can donate as much money as possible for our students to go to college. Thank you all. Oh, and she wanted me to speak it. I'll speak it every time I get money. There we go. See? It's so much. Yay. Okay. That's it for me. Thank you all.
Yeah, we forgot to warn her about the chicken.
Everybody's going, don't get the chicken, don't get the chicken. I'm like, hey, I got the chicken.
We're like, no, hide it.
And I wasn't quiet about it either. I was like, hey, everybody got chicken. I need money in my bottle.
Yeah. Eat the chicken.
Feed the chicken.
Okay, thank you.
Assistant Superintendent, Human Resources, Leanne.
Good evening, everyone. I too want to congratulate basketball girls. That is quite an accomplishment. So great job. And congratulations to all of our classified staff that won the awards. You all are very deserving of those awards. HR is busy. We're holding some interviews on Friday for some of our secondary positions that are open. And then we continue to hold testing for our classified employees that want to test into other classifications. That is it.
Thank you. Sorry, I was making notes. Superintendent report,
Thank you.
Ms. Gaines.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to thank both Gary and Ed. It's always privilege to meet with both of your teams and discuss issues and get a laugh in once in a while. And so I look forward to you buying lunch, Gary and Ed eventually getting lunch. I know it can happen. And and us getting through this year's negotiations as peacefully and as beneficial for everyone. I look forward to that. I've said it a few times now, but the girls' basketball team, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but then I've already said it to them. I'm looking for a three-peat. I think it could happen. But I said that about the Chiefs too, and it didn't. So I'm afraid to say it too loud. But Coach Armstrong and the girls, what an amazing team, and they made us so proud. And I think the way they handled themselves throughout the season, they showed a lot of character and a lot of sportsmanship. And that's, to me, one of the most important things, whether they win or lose. And the fact that they won, that's just awesome. Our classified employees of the year, what a great group. Thank you for everything you do at your site. I know we couldn't even begin to, if you listed it all down, we'd probably run out of a whole pack of paper, everything you do. But our schools would not function without our classified staff, that's for sure. And I just want to congratulate each and every one of you and say thank you. I was at a superintendent meeting today in Bakersfield, and we also were honored by the county superintendent of schools, Dr. Vindabaro. West Park was for being a California distinguished school. And with all due respect to West Park, because highly capable, but I first became aware of this award from him in a text. And my first thought was, did he send this to the wrong person? I wanted to respond and go, oh my God, this is so exciting. But I wanted to make sure first. And then within a few minutes, I was able to verify that, yes, West Park was named one of only 4 schools in the entire Kern County. That's a big darn deal. And so Casey, and to you and Patrick and your entire staff, congratulations on that. I'm so proud. That is, I think Mr. Holmes said it best when he said that the work is now become so ingrained in the staff. The work with Dr. Doug Fisher, the essential standards, and just the whole professional learning community work that they do every week. It shows. So congratulations again. And I also want to congratulate not only Roseman High Early College Campus for their Avid School-Wide Award, but also West Park received one as well. And both of these schools, along with Tropico, a couple weeks ago was named Purple Star School. So a lot of great things happening in our schools, and again, that's totally credited to the staff and the leadership at the sites. It's not easy to achieve those awards, but when we do, it's something we really truly need to celebrate, and everybody should be a part of it. Adrian, I just want to remind you so you can tell everybody, the prom is at the AV Country Club, not Antelope Valley College. Because if you go there, I don't know where we would have it there. You want to make sure that your disc jockey shows up at the right place. Okay? AV Country Club, and that's in Palmdale. Yeah, I think that's it for me this evening. Thank you.
Justin, want to go first?
No, but I will. Congratulations to the basketball team again. I went to a few of the games. It was amazing to see the sportsmanship, like I said the last time. Classified staff, doing a good job. Keep it up. And working with a couple of you on some previous meetings and stuff, and it's been excellent to see the growth there. Just excited to see the future of the district as we continue to grow, and it's starting to show. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Peter?
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Just a congratulations to the girls varsity basketball team for making it all the way to the state championship. That's amazing for them. Congratulations to the classified employees. Farias, both of you, both my boys ran for you guys, and so very well deserved. Thank you to CSEA or TA for voicing your the concerns regarding Roseman High. We appreciate that. And thank you for all of the updates. I appreciate it, yes. And even all of your personal. That's it for me.
Sunny.
Hi, guys. I feel like we've been congratulating the basketball team a lot, but congratulations, girls. You're throwing here. I'm just kidding. Well done. It's like you said, I like to see our district do well, and it's even better when other people know, hey, we're a tiny town, but we'll come for you. Yeah, right. Congratulations to the classified employees of the year. Well done. Congratulations to West Park as a distinguished school. I got the notification. I was like, okay, yes. So I hope you guys are celebrating over there or doing something. Hopefully, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. A party. Throw everybody a party.
We're working on it.
I wanted to remind you guys that the robotics team is going to be at Eastside High School starting tomorrow. Tomorrow they're practicing, and then they've got competitions on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be at Eastside tomorrow, so I'm going to try and sneak in on some practice if I can see that happening. Obviously, like, it's been cold. I think we've got 2 more days of cold weather, and then it's springtime. I mean, springtime, it's now, but it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be warm. And you know what happens when it's warm? The soil gets warm. You know what's warm soil? Seeds. Grow things. It's fun. Come on. It's the time. Where are my trees at? Bring my trees? You said you have trees for me.
They're on my porch.
Okay. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Other than that, we're doing a great job. It's a hard job, but you know, we all collectively make this district amazing, everybody. So just keep it up. We're doing a great job, and people notice. So I think that's all I have. Yes. Feed the chicken also, yes. Okay.
Don't know how to follow that. Okay, start off, classified employees of the year. Thank you for your work. You all got chosen because you worked hard for us, and we do appreciate that, so thank you. The girls' basketball team, I attended a lot of basketball games. I was really impressed with Justin Armstrong and his demeanor and so forth, being a basketball official. Myself, he does not really get on. I've not seen him get on the officials. He lets them do their work, and he lets the kid. They actually let the girls play. But congratulations to every one of them, because they worked so hard, and so forth. And as I mentioned it to him, I pick on Justin all the time for other reasons. But when I told him, I said, "Yeah, we'll put the little on him to repeat or three-peat," like Mrs. Gaines said. But they've got a good shot at doing it, so let's keep our fingers crossed that they make it that far again. West Park, great job. Every time I turn around, I see something great coming off of West Park. Got a little standard going here for the rest of the schools. Let's start moving our standards up a little bit. And then last week, I was at Tropical Middle School with the audio company that's going to install the audio system at Tropico. And we came over here to look at what possibility might be available to redo our boardroom and so forth. And then we also went over back to the high school because I was having an issue with controlling the audio system there. We got that resolved. You can't find, I should have known, but we can't put a Wi-Fi system behind a metal box. That's what was causing our issue. And then at the AVCSBA, Mrs. Gaines was picking on me about the audio system that was there, as I was going nuts over the quality of the audio. I think everybody remembered that. But that's one of the reasons why I got involved with the audio systems here, to make sure that we don't have those problems. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we don't. And I think, Mario, I'm going to send it over to you.
Thank you. Just congratulations to everybody. Everybody's been doing such a great job. I watched the girls play quite a bit, and I was very, very impressed at their teamwork. And to go to state, we've only done that once before in our entire career as girls. 1990.
1930, 35 years ago. Yep, because that's when I first got here.
It's been a long time. So yeah, that's incredible. Everybody else said everything else. We'll just move on. Subcommittees. Anybody have anything for the subcommittees?
We met with the discipline committee, and I believe there's something on the agenda regarding that. So that's sorry.
Robert covered all the building stuff, so he's already got that handled. We have some change orders that we have to okay later, and we will get into those if anybody has any questions. Comments from the public?
Yeah.
Members of the public may address the board on any items within the jurisdiction of the board by submitting a presentation request to the secretary or by email. Members of the public are strongly urged not to mention personnel by name and are reminded that they are not immune from legal action if personnel is named. The board may limit each speaker to 3 minutes or a total of 20 minutes per topic.
Okay. All right. This is from April Coy, teacher, Rare Earth High School, to Southern Kern Unified School District Board of Trustees. Subject: feedback on the new personal device policy
for student cell phone use. Dear school board members, cabinet staff, parents, and community, I would like to share my perspective regarding the district's proposed personal device policy as discussed during the LCAP committee's recent meeting. As a teacher at Rare Earth High School, I have firsthand experience with both traditional classroom management approaches for cell phone use and the pilot program at Rare Earth High School this year involving Yonder pouches. I want to advocate for a policy that prioritizes consistency and reduces classroom disruptions based on the results I have seen with the Yonder system. At the start of the school year, while awaiting the arrival of the Yonder pouches, implementation date was October 7th, 2024. I was instructed to enforce progressive discipline for cell phone violations. This required me to log each incident into Aries and contact parents as part of my discipline plan. On some days, I spent my entire planning period entering this information and writing referrals, particularly for repeat offenders. Once the Yonder pouches were implemented, the impact was immediate and significant. Referrals for cell phone violations declined drastically, and I no longer had to spend my planning period managing these issues. Classroom distractions decreased, and the learning environment improved. When students were found violating the pouch rules, such as open pouches, attempting to tamper with it, or using a phone, the clear and consistent consequence of being sent to the office streamlined the discipline process. From there, I believe progressive discipline should be handled by administration to ensure fairness and consistency. During the LCAP meeting, it was revealed that a personal device policy committee existed. However, this came as a surprise to the participants as no one in attendance was aware of the committee's existence. A parent, along with several other members, expressed interest in joining the committee. It was suggested that input from parents and teachers across the district be gathered, but rather than being offered the opportunity to join the committee, we were only given the option to participate in a survey. When the survey launched, I chose not to participate, as it only presented the two pre-selected options, requiring students to either keep their phones off and in their backpacks all day, or only during class with access during breaks. Along with other LCAP members, I voiced concerns that these two options were insufficient and unlikely to be effective. The lack of opportunity for more diverse feedback limits the district's ability to make a fully informed decision. Additionally, I understand that the superintendent raised concerns about the logistics of implementing Yonder pouches district-wide. However, when asked whether the district had reached out to other schools of similar size that have successfully adopted Yonder, the answer was no. I believe it would be prudent for the district to consult with schools that have already implemented Yonder pouches to gain insight into the feasibility and best practices for scaling the program. Ultimately, I feel strongly that no decision on the district's personal device policy should be made until more comprehensive feedback is gathered from teachers, parents, and other stakeholders. This input should not be limited to a narrow two-option survey, but should include meaningful dialogue and exploration of alternative solutions. Thank you for your time and consideration. I am happy to provide further details or collaborate on strategies to develop an effective and sustainable personal device policy. Sincerely, April Coy, teacher, Rare Earth High School.
Thank you, Ms. Gaines. Okay, consent items, A through P minus L. Does anybody have any questions on anything?
What exactly is the safety platform?
The what?
The safety platform on item E?
That's the,
Strategic.
yeah, so strategics is, card basically that has an emergency push button for staff and volunteers even. Where if an emergency happened, it could be somebody fell, somebody could push the button and it would alert response to office staff or CSOs from the campus. They did a presentation back in November.
Now, I have a comment on page 27. The DJ's proposal was made for
Page 28.
Antelope Valley.
Antelope Valley College Clubhouse. Can we make sure, Mr. Bozina, that it gets corrected? We'll approve it tonight, but we don't want the DJ going to the wrong place. Okay. With those corrections, does anybody have any other questions?
I have a question about E. So, I remember when this was presented to us a while back, and then I had asked if they could send us something, regarding that, like some type of trial, so we could see what it was and how it was gonna, just what it was.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And did they ever do that?
Robert, can you?
Not that I'm aware of.
They didn't send a like a
A
sample
sample
card
or
or the size or nothing like that. You just move forward
I've
without them.
I personally have friends that work at Lancaster School District that have had the necessity to use Strategics, and after hearing their testimonials, I became more interested. Robert and I have had talks with Strategics regarding some of the stuff, just the backup plans using all the cellular data companies that are available, the three most popular, T-Mobile, Verizon, I personally.
And this is a 5-year contract, so is it $287,400 per year or for the 5 years?
No, that's over the course of 5 years.
And so, this is just based solely on us, like, did we ask for any other input regarding this, or it's just?
I'm not sure, just an input from, we had did were you here when they did the demonstration and the lady was present in the board meeting?
Yeah, that's what I had asked.
Yes. I'm not sure I'm not sure I understand what other,
So we're just gonna go ahead and say okay to this and not really know how it works or how it's going to, like, people have to wear this. They have to agree to wear this and be okay with it and use it and is it going to?
Badge, like
It's
it'll be
it's
their
on
new
the
badge.
it's underneath their photo badge. So it's basically like a little bit bigger than a credit card size, a little thicker. You are able to use the button 3 times, or if you have a more serious incident, and training's included and everything like that on it.
Yeah, and so basically then I'm asking, like, so all you guys who are going to have to wear this, are you okay with that? That's what I'm like, has there been any questions, any surveys sent out to say, hey, how do you feel about this?
At our last safety meeting, it came up to where people felt very positively about Strategics. We did look into, I personally looked into a couple different options, and probably like 15 to 20 hours, honestly, of just research. And Strategics, to me, ended up being the best candidate.
And so was there like a shorter?
Adrian, I just want to add one thing that did come out in the safety committee meeting from members from Tropico. I guess at Tropico, there are certain areas of the campus where the cell phone is, Mr. Wheeler, it's
There's
really
a lot of dead zones.
a lot of dead
I remember,
zones.
I'm
And they
aware of
were
that.
very
Yeah.
excited to have this card that would allow them to notify, let's say if they're out on the southern part of campus where the cell phones are typically dead, that this would, in case of any kind of a serious intrusion, that they would have this card on them, like a badge with around their neck, that they could alert admin that something is going on. Mr. Wheeler, do you want to say something?
Yeah, so the area of the gym and,
Yes.
there's, the PE teachers are out, and so for them to get in an emergency, this is kind of what we thought it would be a good idea. That they might need a quick way to call backup or help, or a way to message administration. And so that's where we were on board with it, just because of those areas are also, my phone doesn't work. You try to text me over there, it won't work at all. I don't get text until I'm like on my way home. People text me all day long. So so that's one of the reasons we liked it like that.
So I'm just curious, did we have to go as far as 5 years? We couldn't just do a 1 year?
A better pricing, you can do a 5-year contract.
I think I would have liked to have some more information regarding this. It's not just a couple thousand, it's quite a large amount of money. So, and if everybody is not on board, I know we're up here to make decisions and things like that, but I just don't feel comfortable. I don't know enough about it to truly be okay with it.
Anything else? I need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Vincelette, or by Wright, seconded by Vincelette. Student?
Honestly, I agree with you. So I those are my results.
So you could say, like you like everything except for, and then more than what you need.
I like everything except for
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, from item E.
Okay. 4 yes, 1 nay. Motion passes. Approve update discipline matrix. Ms. Taylor, guess it's you?
Okay.
Well, it just says, hey.
So the discipline committee had 3 meetings where we went over the previous discipline matrix and the items that were specific to straight to the board, we kept as is. Some of the other items we added in alternatives to suspension with restorative practices and things for the more minor offenses, and then it built up from there, allowing every offense to go to suspension or potential expulsion, depending upon the severity of that offense. Then we also added in sections for each offense code that listed restorative practices, PBIS strategies, and potential assignments that they could give to students who are sent to the alternative to suspension classroom, because statistics show that unless they have to do something in relation to the offense that they committed, we're not really teaching them to do something different. So it gives examples of how they could give assignments for them to do in those rooms in order to help rectify what they've done, as well as acknowledge what they've done and how that could be changed.
Thank you. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Vincelette, seconded by Heffron. All up. Two.
Last I agree with the matrix. I like what it's meant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Five ayes. Discuss and improve cell phone personal device policy. Mr. Westler.
The district intends to adopt a student personal device policy for next school year. So we have presented two options. Option one, which is that the devices are turned off and in the student backpacks throughout the school day. Option two is that the devices are turned off and in the student backpacks while in class, but the students are allowed to use the devices outside of class. We've had multiple meetings with cabinet, with the LCAP committee. We met with the personal device policy committee. It is the recommendation to narrow the choices down to those two options. We surveyed the entire school community. The survey fell out along these lines where parents and students preferred option two, where the students would be able to use the personal devices outside of class. Teachers and staff members preferred device policy number one, where the devices were turned off and in the backpacks throughout the school day. The rationale for those two options were parents and students wanted the students to be able to use their personal devices outside of class because for the sake of, in case of an emergency, they wanted to be able to easily communicate with home was the main rationale. And teachers and staff members favored device policy number one, which was devices are turned off and in the backpacks throughout the school day. The rationale for that was that there's a lot of trouble with the devices outside of class. Students recording each other without permission, students making plans to meet up to fight or to smoke or do inappropriate things. The teachers also felt that if the students are allowed to have the devices turned on outside of class, it's going to be a struggle to get them to turn them off once they go back into class. So they felt like in terms of managing the students, it would be easier to do if the student devices were turned off throughout the school day. So that's about it.
Thank you. My personal opinion is that being on this side of the table and having to deal with the discipline side, we see a minimum of 60% of the kids that come before us, the device has created the problem. Whether in school or out of school, it has created a problem in our on our campus. So I really want option one. Should we vote on each option or?
I think would probably be this.
So I personally think option two is so much better, because right now, we're already having a problem with students in the bathrooms, at the high school level specifically, to where multiple kids during passing period don't feel comfortable going to the restroom because it's already full of multiple children in there that are just hanging out and loitering. I think that banning this is only going to cause them to go and hide in the bathroom even more, and take up that space.
May I just throw something in there just for consideration? And I know we have a couple high school people with us this evening. I'm not sure that option two is any different than what is supposed to be in place as we speak. And I would say, I would like to hear from Mr. Adams and Mr. Bajna, Mr. Small. How's that working for you, gentlemen?
So I like option two because it's a learning moment. However, I don't think it's as enforceable as option one. So I lean on option one myself.
I'm all in favor of the first option because the cell phone is the biggest problem throughout the school.
It needs to stop from the perspective of our teachers. They're suffering the most. And it's either we flood the office with referrals or their classrooms are disrupted. It's almost like a lose-lose situation. We gotta stop it at arrival time. Get it out of the way.
I want to just interject something. Actually, if everybody doesn't know, Los Angeles Unified School District implemented theirs the first school year. They actually had Channel 7, the superintendent got on and basically would, from what they said, what is happening and so forth. Number one is the option. They're finding the students are getting together and talking more. They're not, disruption. The kids on social media and expecting to see somebody ready to go out and fight. And that's one of the problems that we see is that social media is people, and then they use social media is, so-and-so says they want to fight. So-and-so didn't want to fight. But they put that stuff on and they egg on and egg on and egg on. So I prefer one as well.
I am of the option of number one as well, just because the kids are addicted to the phones. If you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. You can use your phone outside of class. Why? You should be doing something else. You should be getting your lunch or getting your break or doing some homework or engaging with each other rather than recording each other, texting something, recording something. It's a huge problem. So if it's in their backpack and it's off, no problem. If there was a serious emergency, I'm sure they're gonna grab their phones and, let someone know they still have access to the devices. But I think this is the only step that we can take to start a policy and let these children know that no phones, because the teachers are fighting the phones. They want to be on their phones because they're colorful and they're addicted to them and, all the things. I'm option one. That's right.
So,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So how does that go for staff though, too? Because
staff should be also off their phones unless
because they're
it's
constantly on their phones.
Exactly.
In the corner, your CSOs are on their phones.
They
So
should
I
not.
think it should be implemented to all the way around.
It is. That is 100%. Cell phones should be off during school hours, and if they're in their prep period and they need to call their doctor or whatever, fine. There's no students in that classroom. They can use their cell phone at that moment. If they're outside and walking somewhere, that phone better be put away.
I just would like to see
Yeah.
it all the way down. Because
Oh, yeah.
I school all the time and it's constant.
It's in the contract that they're not supposed to be on their phone anyway. Gentlemen.
Who's going to enforce this?
Huh?
It's not in our contract.
I know it hasn't been enforced.
That's not in our contract. It's not in our contract. But who's going to enforce this?
We have to
Just so we know.
set the tone at the beginning of the school year. This is the rules,
This
these are
will
the
be
regulations.
enforced by teachers
It's
and
in, like, this is what it
administration.
is.
Everybody.
But where is it going to start then? With the
At the
teachers?
gate.
With the teachers, correct?
Yeah.
How come no teachers were part of this committee?
There was. I believe there was a couple people in there.
So we did have a lot of, input.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask questions.
No,
that's
we
fine.
did have a lot of input on the survey.
Seems like I'm,
I agree with you. I believe that there needs to be more.
it says in the survey there was no
Yeah.
teachers. I'm reading what it says here. I'm just asking because if teachers are going to enforce it, they're already trying to enforce it, and they're not getting anywhere. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no policy right now.
Well,
There is a
policy.
there is a policy.
That's not being enforced.
But it's not
Does it
being
say to put
enforced.
your phone away? Does it say to put, that it needs to be off during class all
Well,
the time?
No, but if a teacher just says, hey, put your phone away, and they're arguing like with a high school student, who's going to support them?
Well, there
Gentlemen,
is
sit tight.
actually,
Yep.
in the policy, it does specifically state the disciplinary actions.
I don't see it.
There's gonna be a lot of pushback and I think, there needs to be more discussion. I don't think that a decision I mean, obviously majority rules, and I'm one person. I'm with the community. I know how the teachers feel, and you guys feel very strongly about not having the phones out in the classroom. I get it. Kids are still gonna do it. It's still gonna happen. We have to be realistic. You know, I can tell my kids, don't smoke, and they're still gonna find a way. You're gonna have a ton of kids doing it. If we go with option one, it says they can't have it throughout the entire day. Even at nutrition and lunch, you know, and that we're taking away their freedoms, I feel, and that is their time.
To be learning something.
Not at nutrition and lunch.
So 20 years ago, there was no phones on campus, and
So if
guess
we all
what?
had a
Kids
break-
are smarter.
If we all
We're
had a break
smarter.
right
I'm
now,
not trying to hate on everybody,
what would
but
we do?
the phones are a problem.
We would look at our phones, right? If we all had a break, let's be honest, we've all probably looked at our phones a few times during this meeting.
Not during the meeting.
And
But it's out.
I'll put it to you this way. You wanna see a sports official out in the middle of the football field on his phone, and the play goes off and the kid gets hurt. We don't do it.
Well, we're not talking about.
No, it doesn't
sports,
matter.
no.
It's still
No,
in
it
the
does
same.
matter.
No,
it
it's
does
still
matter.
the same concept. We don't use them, they don't, I don't want to see the students.
But if
I-
you're at
I
a football
said
game,
to-
why would you have your cell phone
You're not
out
supposed
during the
to.
football
I keep
game?
mine in the car.
Well, you're in a classroom.
You're in classroom, that's a
I'm not
classroom.
talking about the class.
The reason I'm
talking about
okay with that
nutrition
lunch is because when I'm at lunch at my job, that's my time.
You're an adult.
And these are young adults also. We're trying
They're not
to, you
young
know.
adults, they're not
No,
adults.
I didn't know.
Unless they're 18 and then you're an adult, but.
Well, actually,
It's not that much.
since we have a high school student here, what is your opinion?
So personally, I feel like school is to prepare you for the workforce. When you work, you get a job for college. And then I personally have a job. And job is like, you are allowed to use your phone on break, because that's your time. But on work, if they see you on your phone, it's like immediate light. I do believe that it should be, if you're in classroom and they catch you with it, it should be pretty easily to discipline you. But also, so we're preparing kids to be working. In work, it's not like that where you can't have it at all. So when you're on break, you're able to have it. That's when I use my phone on break. And I know when I clock back in, it's time to work, I don't use it at all, I don't touch it. And I feel like the only reason that's not happening is because it starts in the classroom. They're not enforcing the policies in classroom. But I feel like we should do that first before just going all the way to the maximum level.
Is it maximum level?
I
But you
would
still
feel
have
that.
your phone in your backpack.
Yeah, but I feel like as we progress in like society, it's becoming just more like something that people need. It's not like we're going backwards, it's going to be more technology. And that's what I feel. And also I feel like maybe because I know that some kids are very addicted, and I understand why you guys want option one. But what if it gets to the point that they feel like school is in the worst, like a jail, or they don't want to go because of their phone? And then what if that leads? It could be possible. It could lead to people just choosing to not go to school because of policy, like all these stuff. And I would say maybe just try to just enforce the class policies very more strictly. So if they were to catch you in class, the punishment is severe enough where they won't want to do it again in class. I just feel like school's supposed to prepare you for work, and that's how it is.
The kids are gonna get around it. I have middle school kids that have burner phones. It's crazy. But now what about the ones that have medical devices on, or like the medical on their phones? They're diabetic.
Okay.
How does that work?
That, in the policy, there is a caveat for the kids that have the, what do you call the glucose reader?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So they can
they
check their
actually
phone.
need that, and all they can use it for is to read their thing, they're good, put it away.
So if they're constantly pulling it out,
If they're
saying that they're,
doing
you know.
that, then believe me, I know they're gonna try, but, I really think we need to start there with option one. And, you know, we could change it later.
So
But I don't think, two is too close to what is already there and not being worked, it's not working.
But nobody has truly tried.
So.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to object. Teachers have tried. Teachers.
I know they have tried.
No, I'm just making a point.
Yes.
To say that nobody's tried, admin has made a point, CSOs have made a point, teachers have made it, I mean, so I don't think it's fair to paint the brush that nobody's tried.
But I think if you say to students, go ahead and take pictures, go ahead and pull out your phones and take pictures of the notes and you can jot them down later. Like
Okay.
that kind of thing is not okay.
In the policies, it
They could
states,
do that 25 years
if
ago.
if
I had to
the
write my
teacher
notes.
asks you to take your phone out, take a picture of something, so you have that recorded, then you're allowed to do it.
The policy does allow the teachers to allow the students to use
If they
the
need it for a school
Education,
project.
educational. I would have to, so I'll just tell you from the teacher's side of it, I would not advise that.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't advise.
No, I wouldn't advise that to be a thing in there, and I'm speaking to parents here as well. Because what you're gonna have then is, and we all know this, because you're at a parent-teacher conference, you get that one teacher who's gonna let them have it, another teacher who's gonna say, and that's where I think it comes across as nobody's trying. When, I'll just use me and Gary, so we're next door neighbors' classes, my class gets to have their cell phone out because there's a clause in your plan saying that if a teacher says you can have it, then you can have it. Well, it needs to be across the board, and we will support that as well, but we need to have that support back to say it's across the board then, not, well, Jim can have his phone out and Bob can't. I mean, it's gotta be uniform, and I think that's also what they were speaking about in Ms. Coy, in that it's gotta be consistent, because it's not gonna be consistent if I'm going from my first period to my second period I'm taking pictures of notes. I'm sorry, we're all work at school. And that's not, you take notes. Let's get back to note taking.
Yeah.
I mean, they do Cornell notes at the high school. And we have teachers who are trained on it. But also, in the same regard, if we're having these students also, I'm just gonna go a step further with having it out, and I get it, and no disrespect, you have a job, I have a job too. My boss tells me I can't have my phone out, I can't have my phone out, right? Now, these are students, we're going into elementary school, I know Ms. Menta's had kids up at her office. I've given phones to her, third graders that are taking their phones out. I mean, now, I'll go a step further, what Brittany said. Now, are we stopping them from having their watches out?
Yes. So that's another
So
thing.
where are you gonna draw the line, and who's gonna, honestly, and I'm sorry, but who's truly gonna support this for the fact that you can't just, and I met with Ms. Taylor, writing an apology letter isn't also gonna change that behavior. I'm just saying, like, not from what we discussed. Because if it's just like, okay, fine, what do I have to do? 10 minutes, okay, great. I have my phone out, I'm back in the class tomorrow, and I was disrespectful to everybody. That's where I'm saying, we're getting a pushback from teachers.
We do have to start somewhere, but if we're having this discussion now and we decide on an option and we let them know, hey, this is what it is, we have to let the parents know first, of course, so they can attempt to enforce it or let their kids know, but then we all have to be uniform as a district. This is the policy, point blank period. No, don't take your phones out, don't use them, but if for some reason the teacher's like, hey, I don't know why they would say use your phone. I don't understand it. But we have to start somewhere, because guess what? By the school year, we have to have a policy in place. So there's gonna be someone's gonna want it, someone's not gonna want it, but guess what? It has to happen because these kids aren't focused. They're not focused.
And we're losing instructional time.
Right.
You're playing
So further, Tropico's got limited instructional time to begin with.
Mr. Ross.
During the post-COVID era, we all became familiar with learning loss.
Right.
There is actual learning loss today if you calculate the number of disruptions in classrooms. And we are being held accountable to high standards. We want to maintain those standards or grow even more. But it's a battle every day to get to that level of normalcy. It is not normal anymore. Mr. Adams and I, or even Mr. Small, we sub in classrooms. And as administrators, I see it. The moment I walked in, my eyes scan the whole classroom. I'm trying to look at that now. I just came from a WASC visit. And guess what? It is an epidemic everywhere. We have to do something to reverse this. Teachers are feeling it. We're losing teachers. Their morale is breaking down. It has reached this point. We allowed it to get out of hand. We tried everything. We need to change the style to get a difference.
Okay.
I absolutely agree with the classroom. It's the outside when they're on their personal time. He has a job, like you mentioned, where maybe his employer, maybe he needs to, whatever, he has something going on, a homework assignment, needs to call out X amount of time in advance. The watches, a lot of people have Apple watches, so now you're telling me I can't tell the time during the day because my watch has to be off?
They still be
Because of the
sitting with regular
laptops, because the
watches.
laptops, the kids are making videos on laptops. You're gonna have kids using the laptops to record outside now. Because my son records.
Well, no,
videos
that's-
all the time
That's also,
on the laptop.
that's also in here, that it's a personal device. If they get caught using it to record, they will be going up for discipline.
Take the laptops away completely. Go back to old school writing. These kids don't even know how to write.
I know, but-
Okay, not you, never mind,
Don't
sorry.
disagree with her, but unfortunately, today's
Are you
environment.
talking about?
Okay, let's get back on track.
Okay.
The school issued laptop,
Alright.
the camera should not be working with those.
Get back on track.
It has to work.
Okay,
It has to work. They use it to sign into this.
I'll make a motion to take option one.
I'm getting somebody mad at me. I'm going to go ahead and second that.
I think we should table it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
So we got, how many ayes? Raise your hand. Okay, the three. Nay? One, two.
Vance through the boardroom.
It does pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Student is an advisory.
Sorry.
That's right.
Motion passes.
Okay. Accept quarterly report on the Williams uniform complaint under Education Code 35186. Dr. Mendez.
Yes. This is the quarterly report for Williams for the months January, February, March 2025. The backup document today is on page 228 of the board packet. So we did receive complaints in different areas, something like textbooks, instructional materials. We have 4. Prevention service assignments 5, total of 9, and all of those complaints were resolved, or can be resolved. Okay.
Need a motion to accept the report?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. SKUSD, Sunshine proposal to RTA dated March 28th, 2025 for the 24-25 school year. Need to recess for everybody to make any comments. Need a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Vincelette, seconded by
Second.
Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions from the public?
May 35.
May 35.
Got that.
And then the question, would be from the public, sorry.
The proposal's on page 229, board members, if you'd like to take another look.
You gotta do it. We have no questions. I will go back to our regular meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Vincelette, seconded by
Second.
Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
May 36.
8:36. Okay, approve. Approve change in contract with Medallion. My brain just went dead. Contracting. Order number 07 for the new cafeteria at the Roseman Early College campus, totaling of $34,532.44. Mr. Irving, what's that?
Alrighty, so this change order with medallion covers 5 items. The bulk of which is a district requested vinyl graphic on the northern wall of the dining room to go on the inside to with the design of a roadrunner, and then inspirational quotes to finish off the interior space there. The other item of note is the district purchased outdoor seating after the project had started, so it's a cost for the contractor to install the outdoor seating into the concrete. There are 3 additional change orders relating to the electrical. All 3 of those change orders, while they're included in this price, the district will be receiving a credit from our architects for the cost of those changes.
Oh, sweet.
So,
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved change of contract to Coast Construction Group number 002 for the after-school program at Roseman Elementary. Job 3000.150. Total change of 73,483.66.
alrighty, so as you all are well aware, the east side of RES is one of the older parts of the district. The electrical sub panel over there has had a significant degradation over the years and is currently got a little bit of a link to it. This change order is to take out that sub panel and replace it with one the district already owns. So the cost for this is uninstalling the old sub panel, installing the new, as well as additional boring work from the west side of campus towards the east, so that all the electrical can be tied together.
I'll make a motion.
I think that's it. Motion by Wright, seconded by Vincelette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approve the following personnel items. Does anybody have any questions on it?
There's one correction, the very last person in the first column, her name is spelled incorrectly, it should be Adriana instead of how it's spelled.
Move it in. Make the motion to approve with the correction.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Vincelette. All in favor?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion by Adrian, seconded by